So, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been more than 2 years since I haven't made a video on this channel, and I'm truly sorry about that. And this video will explain everything. Now, this won't just be a normal update video. This is going to be similar to a Nintendo Direct. Well, not as long as that, but still. Now, I have some updates and new features I would like to explain to you. But before we get to that, I want to explain what's been happening these past 2 years and why I haven't uploaded anything. For those who just want to get to the updates right away, I recommend you skip to this part. However, if you guys are curious what's been happening recently with me, I can't thank you enough, because strap yourself. We're going to get into some serious shit over here. Let's start from the beginning. In early 2021, my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer. Now, it wasn't too bad at the time since there was treatments for it. However, during the years, the cancer has gotten worse. And in early 2024, she couldn't take care of herself anymore. So we had to move her out of our apartment and put her in a retirement home. Now, she was doing fine there. She was getting taken care of and getting good treatment, which is good. 2 months later, we find out that she won't make it another year, that her cancer is getting worse, and she's getting a lot weaker. So throughout all of 2024, we spent time with my grandmother. We took her out to restaurants, we went to mass with her, we would even invite her to our house on occasions, and she would sleep the night over. And yes, while she was still ill, we weren't nearly at danger zones just yet. So, we reached 2025, which was last year, and I decided to return to the channel by doing a Tristan Mason Reviews Marathon, which I review all the animated films from 2023 to 2024, and some classics on the side. However, I find out that not only is my grandmother getting worse, but she's getting close to death's door. So I basically had to scrap any reviews that I had for Tristan Mason Reviews, and any videos I had planned for my channel. So, we took her to the palliative care. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a place for old folks who are close to death that stay there and rest before they go. Then on May 17th, it happened. She passed away. And me and my family were torn about this. Especially my mom, since now she lost two of her parents. Because honestly, my mom's side of the family is very short. Because the cousins on my mom's side live in Portugal. It was just me, my mom, my sister, and my grandparents. And now both of them are gone. My grandfather in 2020, and 5 years later, my grandmother. Both my grandparents were very sweet people. My grandfather was a down-to-earth and calm guy. And while my grandmother was tough and stubborn, she was still a really nice lady. In fact, every time I came to visit her, she would always come home from the bakery to bring me some nice and yummy buns and some sweet and tasty cookies. On top of that, she was also a great cook. She used to make me some pasta, sweet potatoes, and for dessert, chocolate chip croissants. It's sad that someone I knew and loved for the past 24 years is out of my life now. And it's really hard for me and my mom to accept that. In fact, to quote my favorite cartoon, my grandparents are gone, and everything is worse now. And that's actually the truth, because after that, I became a total wreck. I didn't feel comfortable being around people. I just needed a place to be on my own, to clear my thoughts. So between September and October, I found a place to rent. And at the beginning of November, I moved in and got myself settled. And while I'm not 100% better, I am more calm and functional than I was before. And now that we reached 2026, I think I'm ready to make videos again. And while there may be some errors in the way, I think I have enough energy to make more content for you guys. If there is anything that comes in the way in the future, I'll give a heads up this time around. So, with that being said, let's talk about what I have planned for this upcoming year. Alright, now we can actually start the actual update video. But before I talk about the new content on this channel, there are two old series I'd like to discuss first. The first being Mega Warriors. Now, Mega Warriors was originally an anime project I planned to do on this channel. However, due to bad progress and timing, I'm afraid that it won't be happening anymore. Sorry to say. I was having trouble story-wise, and since this was based on Power Rangers, I had to watch all Super Sentai, which I couldn't do at the moment. Not to say that everything was uncompleted, the only thing I got completed was the beginning of the story and the character designs. If you guys want to see how they turned out, here's a poster I made a few years ago. As you can see, the suits are based on Power Rangers, while the designs are mostly influenced by Kamen Rider, since there, the characters look like insects, and they're supposed to look like animals, I guess. Oh, and in case you're wondering, no, I've not seen Kamen Rider, sadly. I just know what the designs look like. So yeah, this won't be happening anymore. And maybe I'll do another anime project in the future. However, I'm going to work on the project first before announcing it, so I won't stall you guys. However, that won't happen for a while. And speaking of uncontinued series, now let's talk about Tristan Mason Reviews. Now I know I missed it in the past 2 years, and I know it's been pretty successful lately. But honestly, I honestly don't feel like doing Tristan Mason Reviews anymore. I'm honestly getting tired of this format. And there's really any good animated films to talk about, since I do want to be nicer to films now. And it's pretty clear that I was just parroting Channel Austin's Disney December's reviews. But sadly, Tristamation reviews won't be happening anymore. Sorry to say. But does that mean I'm done doing reviews in general? Fuck no. In fact, I have a brand new review series that I'm planning to do to replace Tristamation reviews. And while it may not be big as that review series, I'll still be talking about films there. So, now that Tristamation Reviews is dead, I introduce to you, Let's Review. Yeah, I know it's not the most original title out there, but it's better than nothing when it comes to originality. So this is kind of like Tristamation Reviews, except there's a few differences. It won't be a marathon anymore, since I do plan to review the film once it releases in theaters. And I'm not just going to be reviewing animated films, I'm also going to be reviewing live action films as well. Well, it depends if it's good or not. So yeah, this will be just like any other review series you see on YouTube. Just me discussing a new release. And I may review some classic films on the side, but only time will tell. And yes, I'm still sticking with that format about talk about films I enjoy. With one exception. Now I highly doubt it will be bad, but since I did this with the first film, I might as well do it with this film as well. So, here's the first review I'm going to be doing for this new review series. The first of many reviews of Let's Review is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And I'm honestly really hyped for this movie, to be honest, since I do love the first Super Mario Bros. Movie so much. And this time the quality won't matter. Like, rather than the movie doesn't turn out good, I'll still be reviewing it for this review series, since I do really love Mario. In fact, the movie that it's based on, Mario Galaxy, is actually my favorite Mario game of all time, actually. And since the movie's planned to be released on April 1st of this year, I am going to be reviewing it sometime around April. Maybe not on the exact day it releases, but sometime around that month. Which will also be the debut of one of the first reviews of Let's Review. And speaking of reviews, I'm actually planning to do a brand new marathon for this channel, actually. Now the sad reality is, I have a hard time reviewing anime on this channel. Like companies like Toei or Shonen Jumps would easily review my reviews of anime. However, when it comes to this studio, it's probably the only studio I know that's nicer to anime reviews. And while there still is a chance that I may get a copyright claim, it's still worth giving it a shot to talk about my favorite anime studio out there. And some inspiring films they made out there. So, without further ado, here's the studio I plan to do a marathon on. Ghibli June, where every June I'm going to be looking at most of Studio Ghibli's amazing films. Now keep in mind, I won't be reviewing every Studio Ghibli film on June, it will just make it one whole year only. No, instead I'm going to be reviewing 4 Ghibli films every Friday on June. Now you guys may be wondering, if I'm only reviewing 4 Ghibli films, what are the 4 Ghibli films I plan to review this year? Well, I already know the 4 Ghibli films I want to review this year, but I plan to announce that once we get close to June. And yes, I know someone's going to say that I already reviewed The Secret World of REA. But fuck it, I'll do it again just for this series, since I could go more depth into that film. I can't wait to talk about such films made by Hayao Miyazaki, Goro Miyazaki, Hiromasa Yobisashi, and the late Hisashi Takahata. I hope I'm pronouncing their names right. Anyways, Ghibli June will last from June 5th to June 26th, which is enough for 4 Ghibli films, like I said before. I'll probably go into more info once we get close to Ghibli June, but for now, I'm hoping Ghibli June is a success, and let's hope I don't have to face any copyright claims when I do this marathon. Now for the next announcement, and I'm happy to announce that I'm actually going to be reviewing a TV series on this channel. But not just any TV series, it's one of the most influential shows out there, and it's considered by many to be one of the best shows to ever exist. Now I'm going to say this, I've never seen the show. I've only seen a few clips, I know what sort of happens with the ending, and I've seen some references from other shows of this series. So I'm going to become a newcomer when it comes to reviewing this show. Now, if you guys aren't fully aware, my friend Mudlink has announced what show I'm going to be reviewing, since he plans to review the show too. So, we're not exactly collaborating, but we are reviewing the same show, and we will be giving shoutouts to each other. So for those few people who subscribe to this channel and are watching this update video, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But for those who don't, here's the show I'm planning to talk about. I'm going to be reviewing The Sopranos. And like I said, I'm going to be a completely newcomer when it comes to the show, since I do know a few things, but not everything about it. All I know is that it's one of the most influential shows out there, and it stars the late James Gandolfini. May he rest in peace. Now, for those who are wondering, this isn't going to be a full-length review. This is going to be a seasonal review, which means I'll be reviewing each season in a separate video. And while the first season will come out sometime this year, the other 5 seasons are pretty much unknown, since there are over 86 episodes of this show. And considering we are talking about drama over here, these episodes are pretty long, like over an hour long. So while this is one of the main projects that may take a while to release, I'm still looking forward to talking about the show and expressing how I feel about it. And who knows, it may be one of my favorite dramas out there next to Breaking Bad. Considering that Breaking Bad is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And let's hope I feel the same way about The Sopranos. And now we reach the final announcement. Now if you guys don't know, last year was the 10th anniversary of my channel. And I was planning to make a 10th anniversary special, similar to what I did 5 years ago with the Teen Titans Go review. However, due to all the shit I had to deal with last year, I barely had time to make the video. So yes, while the special may be outdated, I'm still planning to release this 10th anniversary video this year. I would originally keep it a surprise, but since it's been nearly 2 years since I upload content on this channel, I might as well announce what it is. So, what is the 10th anniversary video going to be? Well, considering it's a franchise that I adore, I don't think it would be anyone's surprise that I choose to review this. And considering that I reviewed the previous films, it makes sense to review this film. So, what's the film I'm talking about? Well, I'm finally going to be reviewing the first Sonic movie on this channel. Now this is going to be one of my biggest reviews I've done in a long time, since I am planning to make something special out of it. And while I can't go into any details at the moment, since it does involve spoilers for what I have planned for the review, let's just say it's going to be worth the wait, even if it will take a while to release. And let me just say, as a huge Sonic fan, I am so hyped to be working on this review, since I'll be also showing my nostalgia for the franchise as well in this review. Like I said, it may take a while for it to release, but the review will definitely be worth the wait, and I can't wait to get started on this project. And that's about it for this update video. I may have a side video there and there, but these are like the major videos I'm planning to release on this channel for this year, or at least in the future. Also, I will say this, if there's anything that occupies my schedule from now on, I will announce it on this channel. I'll give you a heads up before anything. But for now, it should be good when it comes to uploading videos on this channel, and it's going to be happening a lot often this year. So, thank you for watching this update video, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.